I was impressive. While he was doing it, in my mind, I was like, man, this is a special player. I've said it a lot. I think he's hands down the clear-cut number one pick in the NBA draft upcoming, and it was on full display tonight. He was doing it every which way. And I think the thing I like about it more than anything is, it's coming off his worst performance of the year. He wasn't good at Texas Tech, and came out tonight with the unfazed and had a clear want to, I think, to just go out and dominate a game, and he got going. I also got to give credit to the team. I thought, the execution was probably as good as it's been all year. We were moving him around a little bit more than we usually do because of how they guarded him up there, so we wanted to get him on the move more, and it was harder to double team him, and our guys did a good job of screening and getting him the ball, and it was fun. Hopefully for everybody, this is a night everyone will look back on and have fond memories of it.
Kevin, they shot 62% from three. Were they just making shots, or were you not happy with the perimeter defense?
Not three of them I wasn't happy with. The rest of them I thought they really shot the ball well. But at the same time, McHenry and Brown are so good. That's as good of a 1-2 backcourt punch that I've seen since I've been doing this in college. And so they put a lot of stress on you, and you got to kind of help. And we wanted to, show them a crowd, and some of it was that, and trying to make other guys beat you. I thought with McHenry in particular, I thought our closeouts weren't good in the first half. That was frustrating. But like the three I was referring to, though, we were helping off the corner too much, and then the rest of them you kind of live with. But look, they go 8 of 10 and from three in the second half is impressive. Honestly, that game should have been a lot more of a lead than it was, but you have to give them credit for making shots.
AJ was really feeling it in the second half. What was the thought? Just, hey, I had the hot hand and get this guy the ball.
It was funny. In one of the timeouts, I was like, I want to run this play. And I didn't say who for, and Coach Voigt was like, nah, let's just keep going to the hot hand. So, like I said before, we try to put them in different spots to get the ball, and the guys did a good job of screening for them.
Kevin, we saw you run a lineup out there, 4 guys 6'10" or taller. Was that a calculated thing for this game alone, or was that something you can do going forward, you feel like?
Yeah, similar to last year, guys just put their hand up and say, you got to play me, a la Trey Stewart last year. And so I think, Hadim's a guy like that. Mihailo has been in that space as well. And positionally, does it work? It does, because Mihailo he's a skilled player. He can give you some perimeter stuff, and then it works with Hadim because he can guard on the perimeter. So there's just no substitute for size. Particularly wing size. I think it can be you can swallow teams up a little bit, and I do think it's something we can do more moving forward.
You only had 2 turnovers tonight. Is that the kind of clean, efficient game you're going to need against Arizona?
Yeah, that's going to be a major possession battle. I think we're the top 2 offensive rebounding teams in the Big 12, and so possession game is going to be very critical. But, I think that's part of who we are, who we have been for the most part. We haven't had many games where we've been a super high turnover team. I give Rob a lot of credit because I thought tonight Rob Wright, his night's probably going to go kind of unnoticed, but I thought he was tremendous. I thought his floor game was amazing. I thought he played the game like a true point guard, scored when he needed to, and then realized AJ was going. Thought he did a good job of orchestrating. So that plays into that low turnover number. And honestly, I think it should have been 6. We had 2 after we subbed, to be honest, at the end. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm on number 2. You mentioned Hadim. Could you just talk about Jordan Brady? It was a stretch that I think Hadim had 2 rebounds, a block, and then he didn't foul in his defense. I felt like it was elite tonight.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you say Jordan Brady?
Yeah.
And what about him?
Just the player development.
Okay, I got you. Sorry. I wasn't sure where you were going with it. Jordan's a guy I've known for 20 years. I trust him. He knows exactly what we want to do. He has our player development program extremely organized, and there's a team of people behind him as well. And Hadim has been a beneficiary of that. I think that's something that we pride ourselves on here. Obviously, the whole NBA thing gets talked about a lot, but what does that actually mean? And so it's an infrastructure of development and an environment where guys can really, truly get better. And the guys that utilize the resources that we have here, which are aplenty, really benefit from it. And Jordan's the head of that, along with a lot of other people.
3 more questions.
Kevin, AJ obviously against Texas Tech had one of his tougher performances this season. Turns around and has perhaps his best performance this season. What does it say about his ability to just kind of learn from his mistakes and adapt as he's gone along this season?
I think it just speaks to his mentality, to be honest with you. And that's something that I'd like to see him tap into more. And I don't mean like, oh, dude, go have 43 every night. I'm not saying that. But, you know, there's just a humble, I don't even know, it's like a humble arrogance, if you will, of just understanding that every time you step on the floor, you're an elite basketball player. And, you know, I think because he plays the game the right way, maybe sometimes that mentality that I'm talking about sometimes isn't as present as maybe it should be or as I would like it to be. And that's a challenge for him as he continues to learn who he is as a player. And, you know, it's fun when he taps into it like he did tonight.
What practice or prep are you going to get in between now and Monday night for #1 Arizona for this team?
Yeah, we'll be able to have some great discussion with our players. I mean, we already started after the game just talking about the similarities of the game plan tonight and how that sort of like I said, the similarities that we can draw from it for the Arizona game. So I actually like when the regular season schedule gets funky because I think it prepares you well for the postseason. You know, you never know kind of like how quick your turnarounds are going to be and that kind of thing. So especially when you have to do it and get ready to play a good team, which is what will happen in March. And so I think it'll be a good thing we can reference even later in the year for that.
Last question.
You've been really outspoken about the top 25 and the AP voters. What does this game speak to you about, you know, where your position should be in the top 25?
Well, I don't know if I would say outspoken. I made one comment about it, but look, dude, I don't know. I'm still learning how college basketball works, honestly. But here's what I do know about the rankings and the comment I made. They don't really matter. You know, you want to be able to put yourself in a position, one, to be playing your best basketball later in the year at the right time. But more than anything, it's you know, it's all about the seed line, right? And so I don't know. I mean, theoretically, the AP rankings shouldn't factor into that. I think there's probably a little human element probably that goes into that with the people that do the ranking or the seeding, I should say. You guys would know better than me because you guys probably have more experience, you know. I'd be curious, Matt, what you think on that. But that's really it. I'm still kind of learning how the whole thing works.
Thank you guys. AJ and Rob will be here shortly.
All right.